all important aspects of each game and explains what team will win, why they will win, and more importantly, who will cover the spread. Watching the NFL can be both fun and profitable if you listen to The Gringo Locker Room each Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on Freedomizer Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Thrice with Thrice's Download on freedomizerradio.com, airing Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, bringing you the truth about the world as you know it. From quantum reality to current events, this is a seeker's perspective, bringing the ancient teachings to the modern world. Join me, Thrice, on freedomizerradio.com at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Got a spare tire around that waist? Is your muffin top over the top? Do you binge eat uncontrollably? We are the government and we are here to help you. Here at our free FEMA weight loss camp, we have numerous ways to help you shed those unsightly, unwanted pounds. FEMA, or Fatties Eating Mitigated, automatically has a communist-style weight loss czar that specializes in centralized weight loss planning and communal extended fasting programs to shed that fat away in no time. Skin and boned means extra toned is the motto. Just remember, there is no way you can do it on your own. We will forcefully assist you into compliance. Failure is not an option in this utopian wonderland. How fantastic. Typical workout regimes include digging ditches and restocking them with dirt, building railways and more. Get life skills while you get lean. How do you join? Simple. Recite the Constitution in a public commons or violate the Patriot Act that includes simple misdemeanors. It's really that easy to get your own fenced-in slice of Americana. Stop being a fatty. The state is your daddy.
Engaging Thrice's downward.
Hey there, everybody. This is Thrice with Thrice's Download. If you didn't know when we were on, just to let you know, 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays right now. We're going to be sticking to those 2 days because a lot going on. I would like to bring it back to Thrice's Daily Download because I like doing the current events every day. It's just a matter of getting the time, folks. So it'd be really cool if I get a lot of people listening and a lot of people liking the show. It might motivate me to go ahead and jump onto the whole week. But, you know, I'm just starting out, just have a small listening base, which is cool. Not complaining. I enjoy everybody who listens to the show, and I appreciate it because it helps us with the ads we put out. We're actually working on getting more advertisement slots. So if you're interested in advertising with our radio station, it's called Freedomizer Radio. We actually air on Blog Talk Radio, so we have a lot of listeners from there because Blog Talk already has its own listener base. It's kind of like podcasts. But we also have our own website. I mean, we've been up since, I think 6 years ago is when Freedomizer got started. Really big around 2012. And, you know, I think a lot of people have lost the faith. They've lost the deep down belief, and I know I like to say I don't believe anything, but we all have who we are, and I think everybody really wants to change. With this whole thing of the Song of the Soul, I really think that, especially if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. You feel it. You can understand. You feel first of all, there's probably a lot of you who feel the doubt, because I know I feel the doubt, where it's like, oh, I don't want to sing where anybody could hear me. And I think that is just ridiculous that we're raised that way, that you have the select few who can sing, because the reality is we can all sing. It's just we have different octaves and tones, and that's where you have, I can't think of it, but the singing groups, it was big in the old times. It was big in the last 100 years, where you had groups, especially at like colleges, a cappella groups. I think that's what it's called. It takes me a while to access this information sometimes. But a cappella groups, that's what they focus on. They focus on using people's voices as the instruments, and everybody has their different tones. And when you go into the setting of tryouts for things like that, you don't have a bunch of people who can sing everything, high, lows, in-betweens. Because it's really, singing is so just intricate. And it's like you can judge yourself so hard because you don't sound like the people on the radio. But really, it doesn't matter if you sound like the people on the radio or not, because you have your own sound. You have your own melody. And that's really what it is. You have your own melody. You have your own personification of vibration that you put out. And if you focus on that and believe in that, you become it. You really become yourself. And that's why I'm talking about this concept, the Song of the Soul, tonight, because it's something that I see every day. On my way to work, in the shower. When I'm alone a lot. Now with my fiance and my son, my second son, I do a lot of singing. I did it with my first son too, but I was a little intimidated in the house that I was with my first son. So I had to do it quieter. I couldn't really test the boundaries of what my children's vibration are and how they function with mine, because that's really how I see the world. Is I see everybody has different vibrational patterns, ups and downs, emotional states and physical states and spiritual states. It's amazing, and it's really hard to comprehend. And I'm not saying, oh, it's hard for other people and I understand all of it. No, I'm saying it's hard for me to comprehend. Just because I see it doesn't mean I understand it. I'm not freaking all intelligent and amazing and the smartest guy in the world. I'm really just an average dude. I like being out in nature and hunting and playing paintball and doing some music and martial arts. Like, I just like life. I'm nobody. We're all somebody, of course, but I'm a part of the all. Like, that's how I really look at it. So when it comes to seeing this other side of life, it's not easy, folks. And I've tried my entire life, and I know I'm only 24, but man, it's like in Freemasonry. I think this is a great representation of what I'm trying to talk about. Is in order to get to be a 33-degree Mason, you cannot want to be a 33-degree Mason. Now think about that. 33 is the highest degree in Masonry as far as what, we know. I don't know if there's more. I'm a pretty honest person, and honestly, I'm just telling you what I know, and I don't know. I think I've heard that 33 is the highest. I've also heard that there's 360 in the whole circle, but not from an actual brother Mason. And I'm always probing for those questions, and, I don't know. Nobody's said anything. So, but, when that aspect of you cannot act like I'm going to be a 30-degree Mason. I am a 30-degree Mason. I will earn that degree. Like, you cannot be egotistical and even talk about it, brag about it, seek it so much that it blinds you from the life you're living. And that's really why it's fascinating, folks. And whatever getting the 33 degree in masonry means or not, it doesn't matter. I'm using it as an allegory. A beautiful word right there, allegory, folks. You know, you learn not to take everything so literal. Look at the bigger picture. Because just like the concept of the song of the soul, there's a song in everything. And I want you to think about that, folks. They've proven that things like a ceramic lamp will actually retain a vibrational frequency on the lamp. I think they took it and they like played it kind of like the same way you do a record or something like that, and it actually played a sound that was, I mean, I really don't remember. It's like back in there, I read this story when I was a kid, and it was tests that was done in this lab on vibrational effects of objects around you. And in psychic teachings and mystical teachings, they do teach you that everything has or retains vibrations from things that it comes in contact with, especially non-conscious things like a book. A book has personality. A book has vibration. It has original vibration from the writer and the words, from the ink, from the paper, from the sorry about that, folks. From the publishing, company and the building it came out of. And that's where it's like you really got to think about it. Every single object has this past. And it's in the now when you have it. But it existed in another now. It existed in another space, which means that existence, man, let's see. It means that in that existence, it was something else. So if there's no time or space and everything is one at once at the now, then that means it still has that memory or that vibration imprinted upon it from its past, just like us, how you recall your past. I mean, think about it. Alzheimer's, what's the first thing to go? The recollection of time. And then everything lets go. Just that perception, consciousness, when going through a disease like that, actually faces this whole, perception of time change. And it's just, if you really start to think about these things, folks, it really will open you up. And I won't lie, it will help if you take a little bit of the shamanic approach, with herbs. But, it's really easy to see that the world is a beautiful place. And that there's always a song in your soul. And all you have to do is listen. So let's see. So I want to go over some things if you want to practice and really try to achieve this. And you really hear what I'm saying. Because I'm not just saying all this stuff to listen to myself. I mean, it'd be cool to have some people call in. But if you want to call in and you're listening like on Blog Talk or you're listening on our website, 347-324-3704. That's the guest call-in number. All you got to do is call, and you can share your comments and your opinion about the Song of the Soul or about music and vibrations. I mean, that's really what I'm talking about tonight. I'm trying to go through the whole aspect of just one of the steps that we can do to change. Because, I mean, one of the things I've noticed in a lot of different mystical teachings is the aspect of meditation. Meditation is in a lot of them. And meditation and prayer are very similar. They're really almost aspects of the same coin, like two different sides. But then you also have physical activities like stretching exercises or ceremonial practices that include movement in certain ways or tools. So it's very persistent throughout everything. You have the same kind of patterns in order to invoke this energy, and music or words is a part of that, so it's not just the Song of the Soul. And I'm just touching on this today because I felt it was a good thing to come back on. We had the last show we actually aired was a couple weeks ago, I believe. And it was about orgonite. and cleansing energy. And, I'm being honest, folks. Right now, at this time in my life, that makes me uncomfortable talking about that stuff because I know there's a lot of people out there, but